Your news leader.
Today's storm brought everything from knocked down trees and power lines and even a Coast Guard water rescue. And COVID cases are rising in nearly 20 states. One state seeing its ICUs at capacity, and one state bordering Pennsylvania has its governor mandating masks in several counties. And two police officers in a Texas border town are killed in the line of duty today. Their police chief saying the officers didn't even have a chance.
In high definition from your news leader, this is 1024 Action News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. Today's stormy weather causing damage across Erie County. Now, according to the 911 center, high winds took down many trees and power lines. One home was damaged after a tree collapsed on its roof. And in Harbor Creek, the Coast Guard was called in for a water rescue. Chelsea Swift has our story.
High winds and rain causing some damage throughout Erie County. In Harbor Creek, crews responding to a report of a vessel taking on water directly off East South Shore Drive.
There's a total of 8 boats and 14 people in this party, combined with the city's water rescue and ours. It's all the same group.
Harbor Creek Fire Chief adding all 14 people are safe and accounted for. However, the boat's suffering major damage.
The lake is a very dangerous and unpredictable body of water. These individuals were from Pittsburgh. They're not necessarily familiar with the lake. These were flat bottom boats, not necessarily conducive to our rapidly changing conditions.
In Fairview, one large tree on Route 20 was downed by high winds about 25 yards from the road. The collapsed tree crushing a fence that separated two properties. No one was injured. Also in Albion, a former hardware and furniture store collapsing. The building has long been vacant. The front concrete entryway of the building collapsed into the basement. Chelsea Swift, Jet 24 Action News.
And cases of COVID-19 continue to rise in at least 17 states. More than 24 hospital ICUs in Arizona at capacity. The Army headed to Houston to help as hospitals there fill up. An Ohio governor mandating masks in several counties in his state. Here's ABC's Alex Prochet with the details.
The number of new COVID-19 cases continues to rise across the country. More than 134,000 deaths reported in the U.S. 17 states are seeing an increase in COVID-19 deaths, with 30 reporting a rise in hospitalizations. And new data from the CDC shows the death toll for Hispanics and non-whites under 65 is more than twice as high as whites in the same age group. 10,360 new cases reported today in Florida. The governor there working on getting stockpiles of the drug remdesivir. New York sending a day's supply to the Sunshine State.
I work with the Vice President and I work with Secretary Azar to get that expedited so that there wouldn't be a gap in treatment.
And Disney, the parent company of ABC, beginning a phased reopening of its theme parks in Orlando today with new safety protocols in place, including limited capacity, enhanced cleaning, and mask requirements for everyone. An internal FEMA memo obtained by ABC News says 26 of Arizona's ICUs are at capacity, 13 hospitals experiencing staff shortages.
These patients are sicker than patients that we've seen, and they're sicker in a different way.
The demand for testing is growing. A new appointment-only testing site in Tucson says its first week of tests were booked in 10 minutes. In California, tents were set up in El Centro to handle the increase in patients. Refrigerated trucks brought in to store bodies. Ohio's Governor Mike DeWine is not planning on a statewide mask mandate, but did order masks for several counties, which led to some protests.
This really is a fight for our freedom and a fight for our rights here in the USA.
An Army medical task force is headed to Houston as hospitals fill up. Masks now required statewide in Texas.
The only way that we can keep our businesses open, the only way that we can have people continue to have a job they need to pay their bills is for everybody to adopt this practice of wearing a face mask.
A 30-year-old San Antonio man died after attending a so-called COVID-19 party, a trend where young people intentionally gather with someone who's infected.
He thought the disease was a hoax. He thought he was young and he was invincible and wouldn't get affected.
President Trump wearing a mask for the first time in public while visiting Walter Reed today. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Washington.
Here now is a look at the latest state and local COVID-19 numbers. In Pennsylvania, Department of Health reporting 813 additional positive cases, bringing the total to 94,689. There were 17 more deaths, bringing that total to 6,897. In Erie County, we have a total number of positive cases of 707. Crawford County reporting 77 cases, Warren County reporting 9 cases, Chautauqua County, New York reporting 170 cases, and 447 cases reported in Ashtabula County, Ohio. And 2 Texas police officers are dead after a suspect shot them and then killed himself. Chief Victor Rodriguez of McAllen says the officers responded to a domestic disturbance on Saturday. He says the suspect killed them as they approached the door. The officers are identified as Edelmiro Garza Jr. and Ismael Chavez.
Those officers see officers down. That was the first time we at McAllen PD knew that we had officers down. And what I'm trying to tell you about that, in that sense, is that the officers never had a chance to suspect deadly assault on them, much less death, that moment in time.
The chief says when other law enforcement arrived on the scene, the suspect committed suicide. And the Detroit Police Department is releasing body cam video that appears to show a suspect shooting at officers before they shot and killed him. Now, this video could be disturbing to some viewers. Chief James Craig says the department is releasing this video to address false rumors that the suspect was unarmed. Craig says officers went to investigate a potentially gang-related shooting Friday. He says the video shows 20-year-old Hakeem Littleton brandishing a small-caliber blue steel cylinder pistol. Now, according to the chief, Littleton shot at police and 3 officers returned fire. Littleton died of his injuries, and the incident has sparked protests. And City of Erie police were called out once again to Club Energy in the 700 block of West 22nd Street around 3:45 this morning. Now, according to City Police, 50 people gathered in front of the building where multiple shots were fired and several shell casings were recovered. Now, during an upcoming city council meeting, they are expected to vote on an ordinance requiring after-hours clubs, bottle clubs, and dance clubs to be licensed and inspected on a yearly basis. Now, police have arrested and charged 2 people. The suspects are currently in the Erie County Prison waiting arraignment. And coming up on Jet 24 Action News at 11, a new report says nearly 1 in 4 teachers are at a higher risk of a serious illness if they are to fall victim of COVID-19. This as the nation debates if children should come back to school in the fall. That's after Craig's forecast. Hey, Craig.
Alrighty, Brian. Hey, good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. Not going to be a bad night. Second half of the weekend not looking too bad either. We'll give you the details next.
From your news leader, you're watching Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Fenner with sports. This is Jet 24 Action.